Hello biscuits, it's Cupcake Kamisama back here and welcome to another unboxing. As you've probably gathered, I'm in a completely different place right now. I'm not really going to do like a flat tour, just because it's not necessarily the most aesthetic / kawaii place out there, and depending on how things go, I may still change my filming spot for unboxing at least, but for now let's see how this one goes. What I'll be unboxing today is two items from Haenuli's Farewell Reservations. Both of these were released during different lots. I believe there were 4 Farewell Reservation lots in total, between Haenuli announcing that this will be the end of chapter 1 for the brand, and now when I'm unboxing, at which point all of those Farewell Reservations have closed. However, I have asked whether they'd be able to combine shipping on both of these, which they did. What they've done is, even though I paid for shipping with each item via Store Envy, once it was shipped, they refunded me shipping for one of these. So we have a very battered looking box. It's not had the calmest journey. So let's end its misery and open the things. Ta-da! I'm in a blue bag instead of pink. I'm not sure why is that. Normally with Haenuli you would have gotten a slip like this talking about exchange policy and returns. However, because this is, you know, the last of their stock, they're trying to close up and not have any leftover stock. This leaflet explains there's not going to be any exchanges because they're trying to clear out stock and can't have any spares to swap around. And lots of thank yous to the Lolita community as a whole. It is a very lovely illustration. It's a shame that it's going battered as well. Aha! So there's a blue bag and a clear bag, and then the postcards. Ooh! So I have 2 of the Story You Don't Know stickers, a set of stickers. Are there any new ones in there, I wonder? So we have Story You Don't Know, Phantom of the Opera, Angel of Music, copyrights and all that, although I cannot tell which release it is. There's the Just One Bite, there's the Full Moon, a Full Moon Night, and the Librarian Lady. I think some of these I already have from various other occasions before. Not that it matters, I'm still very grateful to have some extras. So, this is what I got. And I'll start with this one. Which probably won't tell you much about what it is. Ta-da! I've gotten myself another one of the blouses in collaboration with I Do Declare. I have a black one, which I have unboxed, and I've talked at great length about its quality there. So I'll link to that video in the corner. Let's hope I'm pointing in the right corner. But once I got mine, I really regretted not getting all the colours. So this time I said to myself, if they re-released, I'm getting the red one. If I had the money, I honestly would have bought more because it's such a great blouse. I probably would have gotten a white one, maybe a green. I believe I may have sized up this time, especially for the neck. Like shoulders and bust and chest, that doesn't matter quite as much because, as you can tell, this is a fairly shapeless bodice blouse and the sleeves are going to be oversized anyway. But the size I got last time was tad on the, there it is. The size I got last time was a tad on the small-ish size for my neck. It wasn't too small, I can still button it up. I'm just very aware that I'm wearing this. I believe I may have gone with the larger size this time. So we'll see how this goes. And what's fallen out there is the necktie. And now this. This one is a dress. It's a dress that I remember when it was released for the first time. And at that time, I did think to myself, this is very unique. This is unlike anything I've ever seen. And I love it, but it's not my style at that time. However, even though it wasn't my style at that time, I couldn't really forget that dress, and it's made a lasting impression on me. So I tried to buy it off another Lolita once before, but at that point I couldn't really justify that price. It was a very fair price, I just couldn't justify it at the time. So when I saw that these will be part of the farewell reservations, I said to myself, not missing out on it now. I don't mind a panic attack, that'll be the wrong one. This is just one bite. I got the JSK in jacquard fabric. Oh, that fabric's so nice. This is the OG dress that got me even thinking about doing Gothic Lolita. It is definitely not my style, and granted, Snow White is nowhere near my favourite. Fairy tales, Disney princesses, Disney films, you name it. However, the way this print has been done, the style of illustration is so unique and so probably closer to what the Grimm brothers would have envisioned than what we now know thanks to Disney, that I never could really forget this dress, and I just had to have it. There we are. Whew. So I got size L, was it? Size L, which should fit plenty good. The straps are currently detached, they're right here. And this also comes with a small detachable bow that has an apple charm on it. Love it. And yeah, it normally comes available in, well, I say normally, it was available in chiffon and jacquard fabrics. And I went with jacquard, A, because chiffon is that little bit too delicate and you have to be pretty careful, and B, how can you resist the luxurious feel of jacquard? Oh my gosh. Here's the strap, let's try and attach it. It has one button on one end, which will go on the front, and then 3 at the back. 1, 2, 3, including, what, maybe 5 centimeters room still at the bottom of the strap, so that you can, if you still need to move it, you can, basically. I imagine this might mean that you could potentially wear this dress without the straps. However, I think it'll be easier to wear it with the straps. So here it is on the straps. there is boning in the bodice, so there's how many? 1, 2 bones in the back, and then 1, 2, 3, 4 in the front. As far as I know, it's plastic boning rather than steel, and it's just to give that bit of a cleaner shape and cleaner silhouette. There's ribbons dangling here that will need tying. Testing my ribbon tying skills there. And then corset lacing at the back with covering partial shirring. Again, this is all black. I have no idea how much you're actually able to see. And always much appreciated loops for corset lacing, so that you're not tugging on some delicate lace. You have something that can actually withstand the force. Now, what's interesting, and I'd never noticed that, probably because it doesn't necessarily come across in photos, is you would think that this dress is monochrome in that black, white with some grey in there. However, stripes like this, even though I believe they are actually grey, they have a sort of purple undertone to them, so it comes across as if this were purple. So I guess the only thing left to do is for me to try it on, see how it fits. I have little doubts that it will fit. Again, just looking at that bodice, it seems the right shape, but I want to see how it fits. And I might even put it together with that blouse for the sake of it. So, I'll be right back. See you in a minute. And I'm back. As you can tell, I've changed into both items. Now, the blouse, I definitely sized up in this one. And in hindsight, I probably shouldn't have had. Whilst the other one, I was feeling very self-conscious about the, not self-conscious, self-aware of the high neck and me feeling it. This one is actually way too loose. It doesn't look like it now because I put a pin at the back, which isn't a big deal. And I imagine if I were to wear a choker or something like this, it would keep the neckline in place and it might allow for a little bit more ruffling. There's definitely a bit more room in the wrists, which again isn't a massive issue. The sleeves still billow quite nicely, still gorgeous, and it's mesh, so it's very light and none of this really matters. Because yeah, I probably could just sit like this, but it's enough, there's enough sort of tension there that my wrists aren't slipping out of the sleeve on their own, and it's not pinching me. So 6 2/3, I guess. I'm still going to use both of them. That's not an issue. And again, there's that necktie which I opted not to wear, which probably would have masked some of that loose fabric on the neck. The dress fits like a dream. Again, that probably might have been alright with size M, because there's definitely still plenty of room in size L on me. Having said this, I do prefer having it like this. I am able to get in and out of it without having to fight. The corset lacing is actually there and I'm actually having to use it to tighten it, so not only so that the silhouette comes across a lot nicer, but also so that the dress fits me better. But also means that if I need to loosen it up, I don't know, if I'm at very much of an eating meat, I do have that room for manoeuvring and I can loosen it up or tighten it depending on how I feel on the day. The waist seam hits me perfectly at the waist, so I imagine the placing the straps on the last button was the best choice for me. I am a little unsure about the ribbons here. I might take them out and rethread them so that the bows are up there, or I might just tack them with a quick stitch and chop them to be shorter. But we'll see how that goes. It's a matter of taste rather than anything like this being structurally wrong. And the skirt is absolutely gorgeous. What I love about this is that this fabric won't wrinkle, or it'll take a lot of pressure for it to wrinkle. Like, there are some storage wrinkles in there which are barely noticeable unless you know where to look, and it should come out with a quick iron or steam iron. I'm gonna double check what the care tag says. And like pretty much any Haenuli dress I've tried, it's a complete poof eater, meaning this skirt is very voluminous, and unless you have some serious heavy duty petticoat or ideally a hoop skirt, it will just eat that and you'll look like you have no poof. So make sure you get out your heaviest duty petticoat, or again, like I said, ideally a gigantic hoop skirt to hold it up to give you that nice shape. But I love the contrast of this massive skirt against the tight fitted bodice and the boning, together with the waist seam hitting me at my natural waist. That's just the most flattering cut for me, and it probably will be the most flattering cut for a lot of Lolitas out there, especially if you're, well, I can't exactly say I'm massively busty by Western standards, but by East Asian I probably am. So if you're busty by East Asian standards, having a cut like this will make sure that your curves are accentuated, and just having waist sit where your waist is optically slims you down in an instant. I will put some clips of how this works in movement, and whilst I might not wear this blouse with this dress again, even though the detachable bow is literally the same colour as this, I probably won't wear them together, or at least not in any near future. I have some other plans for this dress that I'd like to try on first. However, even though I still have no October plans, this may well turn out to be my Halloween meet dress, whatever that meet ends up being. And if not, well, I'm sure I'll find an occasion to wear it. All in all, as always, I've never had any issues with Haenuli in terms of their quality or their customer service. I love what they make / made. I am very glad to have my hands on the dress that got me into Gothic Lolita, and that has been so much of an earworm essentially that I couldn't get it out of my head since 2016 when it was first announced. So 3 years now, and now I have the dress that got me into goth. I think this is a nice full circle kind of moment. And to Nunu and Haenuli team out there, who I'm sure will be watching, all the best of luck in your future endeavours. I will cherish every piece that I ever got from you and every memory that we've made together, and hopefully whatever your next chapter will be and whenever it might come, I'll be there to support you. And on that note, thank you everyone for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, make sure to like it, leave a comment, subscribe to the channel. You can also support me by buying me a cup of coffee. A link to my coffee page is in the description box below. And as always, I encourage all of you to check out my blog, which is Cupcakes and Unicorns, where you'll find more Lolita content. Thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Bye!